Here's my review of Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Episode 6. This is another episode that I had a lot of fun with. I really liked seeing the team up with that Matt had with Jessica Jones. And I think that the whole opening, the whole sequence where we're first reintroduced to Jessica Jones after all these years was really cool. Where her home was basically being attacked by AVTF members and she had to go outside her house and fight them off, and then someone threw a bomb in their house and Jessica Jones had to come in and rescue her daughter before it went off. That whole scene was just awesome, and it's pretty heavily implied that probably the father is Luke Cage. I mean, maybe it has been, and I don't, maybe I missed something, but it was just so great to see her again. She's not in this episode a whole lot, but it's still cool seeing her. And just seeing her, fight the AVTF members, just seeing her team up with Matt again, it's just so cool to see. I mean, I think, I didn't watch all of the Marvel Netflix shows, but of the ones that I did watch, Daredevil's still my favorite, but I think that Jessica Jones was pretty underrated. At least I think season 1 was great. I think the other 2 seasons were a bit of a step down, but I just really liked seeing her again. She's such a fun character. Her personality, just so snarky but fun. And she's just such a cool character. And all the action sequences with her are great. And there's a lot of great stuff, I think, with Karen and Bullseye in this episode, because you could clearly see in this episode that Karen wants to kill Bullseye. And there's a point where she's about to kill him until Matt stops her. And it's one of those things where that makes this whole dynamic compelling. Some could see it as repetitive, although I've been really liking Bullseye this season. Of course, you can 100% see where Karen's coming from. And Matt, I mean, he's so entrenched in his values in Catholicism. It just works so well of him stopping Karen from killing him. And it's great. And you can see just how mad Karen is getting at Matt. And justifiably so. I mean, you could see that Karen's just getting angrier and angrier about what happened to Foggy, about the fact that Fisk is still alive. And it's just, I thought it was some pretty compelling stuff. It can be seen, could see how some people could look at it as maybe, repetitive, which in a way it is, but I still thought it was pretty good. And seeing Fisk just slowly just snap, after he loses his wife and he hugs the doctor and just breaks his spine essentially by crushing him to death, where you think he's hugging him and then you're it is one of those things where it's this is still a murder basically in broad daylight, and even though you have all these people and these guards that you could get to clean everything up, it still seems like a really risky move for someone for in a hospital of all places. But it was still a pretty cool scene. I will say though, although Jessica Jones is in this episode and she's not in it that much, I've still really liked how I kind of do wish we get to see more of her, but I know that she's going to be in other episodes as well. I will say though, don't go into this episode expecting a whole lot of her, but when you do get her and the action scenes that they do have, they're good. And I will say, somehow, I think I got to give props to this season for sure. They're making some of the more uninteresting characters from season 1 somehow compelling. This weird relationship that's kind of going on with Buck and Heather is just, there's this whole scene where he's just asking her to choke him, and it's just this weird sexual tension as well as just disturbing psychopathic tendencies from Heather. Is we could clearly see she's probably going to become the new Muse, but I found it to be really interesting. I want to know where this is going. And I think that the way, our ending fight in this scene of Daredevil fighting Kingpin again was great. I thought it was just so much fun. And there's so many cool shots of the action in the scene of this fight. It's definitely, I don't think it's a top 10 Daredevil fight, but it's still a really cool fight scene. I really enjoyed it. Just seeing Daredevil use his Billy Club more, because he never really uses Billy Club the way he does in this show, with it being able to shoot out and almost use it like a nunchucks as well. He didn't use it as much like that in the original show, and seeing that him use it like that in this season against Kingpin is just really cool. As for complaints, I mean, I'm still not really as big of a fan of like the Daniel Blake stuff. He's just not as compelling. And the stuff that they're doing with like a character like Mr. Charles, it feels weird because we're already like kind of so far into this season and he still feels like he doesn't really have much to do. And I mean, I like Matthew Lillard and I like him as Mr. Charles. He's cool. He's very cool, but it just kind of feels like, what are we doing with him? But overall, I found this to be really fun. We got some awesome action with Daredevil and Jessica Jones beating up the ABTF members. We got a great fight scene with Daredevil and Kingpin. And just great. I don't know if it was as good as the previous episode, but it was just a really solid and really fun episode. I quite enjoyed it. And like I said, I think what they're doing with Heather and Buck, like, I want to know what's happening with that because they're making characters that I found to be uninteresting in season 1 interesting. And that's great. I'm like, this season's doing such a good job saying, okay, I want to know what's going on with them more. And I mean, yeah, it was pretty good.